Good morning and welcome to Moving Iron Podcast Morning Market Roundup with Chip Nellinger. Chip, not a lot going on, but the Chinese have come back to the table with the U.S., or the U.S. has come back to the table with Chinese. Whichever side you're on, I guess, will make a difference in how you view that statement. But looks like you're driving, so what do the crops look like where you're at, and how things kind of progressing along the Pro Farmer Tour?
Yeah, Pro Farmer Tour probably is about, at least for yesterday and maybe today, the only thing going here. They found pretty big yields through Indiana and Nebraska. I don't think that was a big shock. I think they came in right about maybe a touch over 180 for Nebraska. Keep in mind, they only do there's a big discrepancy, I guess, how they do Nebraska because the tour they do is more non-irrigated than irrigated, which is opposite of what Nebraska is. So usually there's about a 15 bushel fudge factor there. So that would be right, if you add the 15, 195, I think that's right where USDA came out in August, about 196 for Nebraska. I think Indiana, they were 180-ish, in between 180 and 181. I think that's pretty close with what expectations were. So they're finding good yields generally. They're going to move into Iowa and Illinois today. I don't think we get the state, both those states, because it takes them 2 days to get through Iowa and Illinois both, I believe. So we won't get the state totals tonight, but we'll at least get a lot of reports on what they're finding. They're going to see a little bit of everything. Western Iowa I drove through the other day, and it looked to be a little bit rough to me. You get to central Iowa and eastern Iowa, it gets better. Illinois generally is very, very good, maybe the best in the country right now. But the route they go through is going to go through some really dry areas too of eastern Illinois, and so it'll be interesting to see what they're finding there. Because that's the question. A lot of guys are asking themselves here in Illinois. We started off some of these areas like best ever, like well better opportunities and chances than a year ago, which a year ago was a record. And then some of these areas have had an inch or less of rain since the 1st of July. And so, crops dying prematurely. What did it do to yield? I'm not saying it's a disaster on yield, but it definitely isn't going to be full potential what it looked like 2 months ago in some of these areas of Illinois, eastern Illinois, and kind of north central Illinois. There's pockets. And I'm talking, this isn't a small pot. I mean, it basically goes from well into Indiana, northern Indiana, across east central Illinois, north central Illinois, almost all the way to the Mississippi River. So, which that Pro Farmer Tour takes into account a big chunk of that area. So we're going to have a better feel for maybe what this dry spell has done to that crop and yield potential. Maybe it didn't hurt it that much. I don't know, and no one does. But that's kind of part of the debate here is, how good is Illinois? How much did those dry areas maybe pull down that potential? So we'll get a lot of information here in the next couple of days. China trade talks are starting. Obviously, that's a huge, huge issue to the market, but it may be into next week before we get, many more details on that. So it's going to be a wait and see there. And other than that, a little bit of weakness in the wheat market. I think that's technical, chart-based, meaning the market got a little too far ahead of itself. The funds have a record long position. So you've seen a little bit of back and fill there. And it's been a sharp break, a fairly sharp break, but I don't think that's the end of the world. You will eventually find some support here, but that weakness in wheat spilled over a little bit, weighed on corn. And these pro farmer, yields, they're not shocking, but they're not bullish, right? They're kind of, justifying big yields with where they've gone so far. So that's been a little bit of pressure on the corn market as well. But pretty quiet in there. Pretty quiet day in the livestock markets as well. Cattle holding up pretty well at this point. We'll see where cash trades. We've got some information coming Friday. There's cattle on feed, so that's always a potential wild card. Then I believe next Monday is cold storage report, and those are sometimes volatile numbers as well. So both of those will affect both, obviously cattle on feed will affect the cattle market, but the cold storage is both, all meat in storage, so that'll affect the hog market as well potentially, and that'll come Monday. So all told, not a lot going on. We'll wait and see what if there's any news on a day-to-day basis on this China-U.S. trade negotiations and how that goes. Pro Farmer will wrap up here the next couple days. We'll get their final number Friday afternoon. That's after the market closes. Always, looks forward to that number and how it compares to the August USDA report and how it compares to last year's Pro Farmer tour as well, because they do the same routes every year. So that's part of the benefit of that process is you get to compare it to the previous years and because they take the same routes year in, year out.
Right on, man. Okay. Well, tomorrow morning is your typical Thursday media tour. So what do you have up for tomorrow, man?
It is. I do a lot of media stuff. What do we got? We've got about 7:40 in the morning. We've got Sirius Rural Radio. I do the morning markets right on the open at 8:30 on WNAX with Michelle Rook. I do about a 10:10 little spot on RFD TV on the markets. I do a little spot there somewhat locally in Illinois, WILL at 10:58. So be sure to jump on there if you're not sick of my face yet. Next week, I think I'm planning on being out at the Farm Progress at least on Tuesday, so that's always interesting. Seems like, they flip-flop every year between Illinois and Iowa. Illinois is always, which I usually go to, is always the hot years. The last couple times it's been in Illinois, it's just been amazingly hot, like 100 degrees, miserably hot. It looks like, and when it's in Iowa, it's usually cooler and, massive flooding and a mud fest. So it looks like that's not going to be, at least from cooler perspective, any different. So we'll be at the Farm Progress Show Tuesday. And then harvest is going to start in short order. We're heading down to southern Illinois right now. Probably in the next week, they're going to be starting corn harvest down there. You get 2 weeks under our belts, and up in the north central part of Illinois, we'll probably be starting harvest there. So that's right on the doorstep here.
Right on, Chip. Well, always a lot of stuff going on. Always got some volatility in the market, and if you don't have a plan, you should get one figured out, and Chip's the man to get it figured out with. So, Chip, if guys want to work on that plan with you, how would they do that?
The best way is just call our office, 309-550-7213. We'd be happy to chat with you.
All right, Chip. Hey, man, well, safe travels, and have a good rest of your day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Sounds good. Talk to you later.
All right, Chip. Thanks, buddy.